Hello, my little tater tots, and today for Questions Under Quarantine, we have a special treat. You know, we had Allison to talk to us about books to read during quarantine, and those were definitely adult books or young adult books. But today we have an expert on maybe young children's books or more, advanced books, maybe for kids that are in grade like 3, 4, 5, 6, and above. And so we have the resident expert of the Dyck household, Seraphina, here to talk about books that she's been reading. It's like this. So like every other time, we only have 3 questions. Who are you? Why are you here? And a story of hope, but a little bit different this time. Though instead of a story for hope, Seraphina will have a request for all you listeners out there. So before any further ado, I'll ask, so who are you?
I'm Seraphina, and I like to do crafts, and I like to read.
So what else have you been doing during this quarantine time?
Well, math, ELA, like all that stuff.
Yeah? Anything that's fun that you've been doing?
Playing with the guinea pigs.
Oh, so how many guinea pigs do you have?
2.
And what's their names?
Scruffy and Marshmallow.
And how long have you had these little guinea pigs?
Like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, so have you been having lots of fun with them?
Yeah.
Right. So who are you, though? Like, maybe some of them don't know. Like, are you the person that sometimes prays with the rosary and the Divine Mercy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Seraphina, what's your full name? Give everyone their full name.
Seraphina, Jackie, and Dyck.
Yeah, right. And so your 2 middle names, do they mean anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, so who are they? So Jackie is whose mom?
Grandma.
Yeah, that's my mom, right? Yeah, and then Anne is whose grandma? Mom's grandma, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so that's very important. So that's who you are, right? Here's a good one. Who you are. What's your favorite food?
Pasta.
Just any sort of pasta?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, and do you like waking up early in the morning to pray?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, not all the time though, huh? It's kind of tough. 7 days a week, 7 in the morning, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe only you and Hugh. Maybe Hugh's waking up that early and praying too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so why are you here? What are you going to talk about today?
I'm going to talk about 4 books, like 4 kids' books that you should read in quarantine.
Yeah. So I'll leave the links down below for all you people that might want to read these books after Seraphina goes through them. So is there any particular order? Are you going to, from the best to not so best, or are you just going to random order?
Just random order.
Okay, give me the first book.
Treasure Hunters. It's about this family that lives on a boat, and it's pretty interesting.
So is it a series of books?
Yes.
How many books? Do you remember? I think 7? 7. Yeah. And so who wrote this book?
James Patterson.
So why do you like this book?
Because, there's lots of action.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, they go all around the world.
Okay, and this is the first book? And
yeah,
what happens, where does the first book take place?
I think it's,
It's been a while since you read this book, huh?
Yeah.
So, but they're on a boat, though.
Yeah, they're on a boat and they're in a sea.
Okay. That sounds interesting. And
I'm pretty sure they're in the Caribbean Sea.
Okay. So you've read pretty much all of those books, right?
Yeah, except for, the last 3.
Yeah. And we're getting those in.
Yeah.
They're very hard to find, the last. It's a hard series to find, actually, right now. Okay, so what's the next book? So we have The Treasure Hunters.
Timmy Failure, Mistakes Were Made. So this is the first book in the series, and it's about this boy who's a detective, but it's not really. And, he has this, pet polar bear.
Right.
And, they go on these adventures, and he keeps on thinking that he's better than school. But he's actually, he doesn't do very good in school.
Yeah. So what's one of the things that he always wears?
A little scarf.
Right, yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And is there anything on TV or anything? Is there a movie of this book?
Yeah, there's a movie.
Yeah, and you can watch it on Disney Plus, I guess.
Yeah.
And so the movie goes kind of through the first book in the series, kind of? Yeah. Okay, so those 2 books are kind of on the younger end of things, right?
Yeah.
They're really easy to read. Now the next 2 books are a little bit for older older people, right? Older kids, I guess.
Well, this one's called The Secret Keepers.
Yeah, this one's a pretty good book.
It's by Trenton Lee Stewart, and it's about this boy who finds, like, this thing, and, like, it gives, like, it takes him on an adventure.
Yeah. I guess you can tell what this thing does, though, can you? Will that spoil it?
Yeah, I kind of will.
Okay. And
it's a watch, I can tell you that.
Yeah. But it's cool. I really like the premise of the book because it does give him some powers, right?
Yeah, it gives him powers, but there's
a deficit to it.
Yeah, there's a deficit to it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, and you just finished that today, right?
Yeah.
So what other books does this author write?
The Benedict Society.
Yeah, and
Or is it the Mysterious Benedict Society?
I think that's what it is, yeah. Yeah, so that's a really good book. You've told me a lot, and there's like a kind of an arch enemy.
Yeah, and it's kind of really cool. And there's this, like, the enemy pretends he's two people, but he's actually just one, and he has all these traps in his mansion. It's pretty cool.
So your first two books are kind of adventure, they're kind of funny, and stuff like this. What kind of book is this one? Kind of a mystery?
Yeah, this is mystery adventure, like, Secret Keepers.
Okay.
My last one is Howard Wallace P.I. by Casey Lyle.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it's about this detective who gets this, like, assistant. And at first he doesn't really like her. Her name's Ivy. And then at the end, like, they're best friends.
Oh. And there's a few cases through this book, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The most important one is the blackmail.
Right. So how old is Howard Wallace?
I'm pretty sure he's in grade 8.
Right.
Doesn't really say how old he is.
So is this at the beginning of the book where he talks about, is this the really funny part of the book? Why don't you read just the beginning of this book? It's pretty good. I love it. It's a really good, I think it's really well written. Okay, so here's the first
page of chapter 1.
Yeah.
She didn't knock. She just barged through the door like she owned the place. She did own it, but that was beside the point. I knew my rights and privacy was at the top of the list. Planting herself in the middle of the room, she scowled as she swept her eyes across the floor. Dirty cups and rogue pieces of laundry were noted and filed away on her mental list of
grievances.
With a hand clamped over her nose, she turned to me. Howard, how many times do I have to ask you to clean your room? I told her to scram. A man's room is his castle. Some mornings I should just keep my mouth shut. Howard Jameson Wallace. The temperature in the room took a nosedive. That was the first and the last time you ever speak to me like that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty funny about his mom coming into the room. It's like, that's pretty good. Yeah, ask him to clean up the room again, huh? So is it kind of a funny book, that P.I. book, or more of adventure kind of...
adventure, kind of mystery.
Right on. And is that part of a series too?
Yes.
Yeah, there's more than one in there. Right on. And what are you, you're reading right now, what book are you reading right now?
The second book on Timmy Failure.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so those are awesome recommendations. Hopefully everybody out there will pick up some of those books and read them. But so usually what happens when we end our interview, we have like a story of hope. But you decided instead of a story of hope, you'd want to propose something to the listeners out there.
Well, I want to start a book club, and we could, like, meet every week.
Or maybe every month, maybe a
month. Or,
to discuss the book?
To discuss, like, the book that we read.
Yeah. So do you have any suggestions on what kind of book to read?
Maybe the Mysterious Benedict Society.
Yeah. So I think if people are interested, I know there's a lot of young listeners out there. If you're interested in joining Seraphina, maybe we can pick that book and we can start next month in June. So all this book club stuff will be centralized or be put together where? At what? What do you have that you're going to do this at?
My website, SeraphinaFunstuff.com.
That's right. So SeraphinaFunstuff.com. I'll leave the link down below and you can go there, and Seraphina in the next couple of days will post some ideas of books. But if you're interested in joining her on this journey, this book club or whatever, please put a comment below with saying you're interested, and we'll reach out to you and stuff like this, and we'll have hopefully quite a few young people reading a book for next month, and then we can all get together and discuss it, and maybe over kind of like a podcast sort of thing. We have the technology to bring everyone together and record it and maybe put it up on Seraphina's website. So that's awesome. That's a really good idea, Seraphina. So do you want to say anything else to the people out there?
Nope.
What sort of, last question, what's kind of the funnest thing you've did so far during quarantine? Is it
probably getting the guinea pigs?
Guinea pigs. What's the second one? Did you like serving all those hot dogs?
Yeah, that was fun.
That was pretty fun, huh? Yeah, that was pretty good. We've been quite busy over this quarantine time, huh? Okay, well that's everything today. So thank you very much for listening to Questions Under Quarantine. Join us next week where I'll interview somebody else. Probably not anyone as exciting as Seraphina, but I'll try. So take care, God bless, and hopefully you'll have a great day. Bye.
Feel like an old hobo. I'm sad, lonesome and blue. I was fair as a summer day. Now the summer days are through. You pass through places, and places pass through. Don't you carry them with on the soles of your traveling shoes.